Hello everybody, Courtney here from How to Loom Your Dragon. Today we will be making the adult kangaroo. Yay! This is the trial one I did. I did a gray one. We're going to be pretty much keeping her the same, except we are going to be making her belly, her pouch, a little bit wider and her body not as wide on the sides. So she will look more like a kangaroo. Although she already does look like a kangaroo, I think. But she's really cute, and the pouch, you can fit the baby inside. Okay, so yay, so definitely make the baby kangaroo if you have not done that already. Yeah, that's on my channel. That is one loom. This big one is 2 looms. Alright. So this kangaroo is dedicated to Julia Babiarz. So Julia, I hope that you enjoy this kangaroo, and I hope you like kangaroos. And definitely show me pictures of her on Instagram or Facebook. You can find the links for those in the description. Okay, everybody. Okay, so this is the approximate band count that you will need for this kangaroo. You will need about 1,500 of the body color. I used gray on this one, but I have my little brown Joey, and he needs his mama. So I'm going to be using the caramel brown for this tutorial. You will need about 100 of the foot color. That is, for me, the burgundy brown. So we will be using that color for the feet and the hands and the ears, or a little bit in the ears and the nose. For the eye color, you need 2 bands of that. I'm going to be doing yellow. You need 2 black bands for the pupils. And you need about 300 white. That is for the pouch and chin and neck area. Okay, and the ears a little bit. Okay, so let's begin. This is probably going to be broken up into several videos. Alright, so we are going to start with the legs. By the way, you should know how symmetry works, because I'm going to only be making one leg with you, and you're going to go back and make a second leg that is mirror symmetrical to the first one. So just make sure you know how to do that. Symmetry is something we usually learn at a young age. Hopefully you know how to do that. Alright, so we're going to take 3 of the body color. For me, that is the caramel. And we are just going to place those on the pegs here. I'm going to take 3 more. And 3 more. And we are going to cap this off here by wrapping another body color around, creating 5 loops around that peg. If you can only get 4 loops, that's fine too. Once I've done that, I'm going to loop up twice. I'm going to push that down now. And I'm going to take 3 more of the body color here, right over those bands. Again, here. Alright, we're going to do that again. Okay, take the body color again. I'm using the skin tone brown here because I'm transitioning between the body color and the foot color, but honestly I didn't do that with the gray kangaroo and it looked fine. So just use the caramel brown there if you don't have the skin tone brown. Alright, so once I've done that, now I'm going to move to my burgundy bands, so my foot color. I'm going to take 3 of those. Then I'm going to take 4. And 4 more. Take 3. And 3 again. I'm going to take 2. Same thing on the other side. Double loop. And then we are going to cap off each of these by wrapping a band around the peg, creating 5 loops. Then I'm going to loop up these first, so dig under the capping band, grab the double looped. Then you're going to go to the other side. And we're going to go all the way down here. Make sure you grab all 4 bands here. It's a thick set of bands. Tie off. Okay, so this is one of the feet. We did not yet do the top portion of the leg. You want to make a second one. You can actually do it the same way you just did this one. So make a second one just like this. Alright, so once you've made the second foot, we're going to work on the muscle on the top of the leg. We are going to make the leg look a little bit bulgy, because kangaroos do have large thighs, so that's what we are going to be doing. So we're taking 2 of the body color at a time. You know what? I actually want to do this on the other side. My apologies. Start on this side instead. Oh, by the way, I recommend that you have wire. I use the 16 gauge wire. We're going to use that to pose the kangaroo. And it's good because with the wire, you're able to make her look like to bend her back and her neck and her legs. So it's good to have wire so you can pose her into all the different kangaroo type poses. Okay, so here I'm taking 2 bands at a time. Oh wait, no, this I want 2 bands, sorry. No double looped bands except for this one down there. Alright, cap off, wrapping this around. I'm going to wrap it around, creating 4 loops instead of 5. Alright, we're going to loop this, or loom it. Make sure you always grab the top bands first. So always grabbing the top, not grabbing the horizontals. Going behind the horizontals and grabbing the top bands. Okay. I'm going to loop up all the rows. Oops. Looks like I missed one there. Alright, so here I'm going to take any color band as usual, just tying off the end with a slip knot, just like we did with the foot. Pull that off. You want to make a second one of these as well. You do not actually have to make it symmetrical, the second one, okay? That's up to you if you want to do that or not, but you don't have to. Alright, so make 2 of those as well. And now we're going to be putting the leg together. So, taking 2 of the caramel again at a time, we're doing almost the same exact thing as the muscle portion, but it's going to be a little bit longer. So we're just taking 2 at a time. Here I put 3 bands and 3 bands here. So all of them are double bands, except this set is triple, this set is triple. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I probably shouldn't be doing this so late at night because I'm not explaining everything. But at least I remembered. Haha. These are all double bands. Okay. The only set of triple bands are these 2 sets of triple. Alright, let's do our horizontals again, same way we did them on the muscle part, 2 at a time. Double loop a single. We're also going to do that at the top here. Continuing with 2 at a time. like that. Okay. All right, we're gonna take one of our leg or feet things. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hold it so that this is the elbow is underneath, and what we're doing is we're just gonna stick our hook through the loose bands that are being tied off at the top there. Yeah. Okay. Make sure you're going through the loops, so you follow that tying band through the loops. And we are attaching it right here. So wrap that right around that peg, so the leg is bending upward and the elbow is underneath, or the elbow is on the bottom. Okay. Alright, once we've done that, we're going to dig down and we're going to grab the 3 bands and loop them up. And we're going to grab the next 3, loop them up. Okay. Now here is where we are going to be attaching the muscle. So grab one of the muscles, face it this way so the curve is on this side. Okay. You're going to turn it so it is upside down. Stick your hook through the capping band, so all 4 loops of the capping band, and wrap that right around here. Okay, so the straight end of the muscle is on this side and the curved end is on this side. Once we've done that, we're going to go down under the capping band, grabbing the top 2 bands, looping them. These are the diagonals. Okay, loop those. Then we're going to loop up the other 2 here. Okay. Now we're kind of doing like a sewing thing to sew the muscle onto the rest of the leg. So what we're going to do now is we're going to lift up the muscle, okay, like that. Now we have the capping band that is now wrapped around these bands, okay? You're going to go to the set above it, and you're going to grab what looks like 4 bands on the edge, but it's actually, the whole thing is only 2 bands. So when you pull on it, it looks like this. There's a hole, wrapping that right around there, the next peg, and looping up the next 2. Okay. Here we are going to go through the next loops on the side, wrapping them around this peg, looping this up. Okay, so this is how we essentially sew it together. And now we're going to do that here. Alright, so grab the bands here, wrap them around this peg. And now we have to go under and grab the top 2 bands, which are 2 vertical bands, loop them up. Okay, once we've looped those up, we can actually go up more on this column, because we are only sewing around the edge, so we can actually loop up the bands in the middle up to here. And then we want to go back down and loop up these 2, like that. Now we're going to go through the next set here. That goes right around this peg. Same thing, grabbing the top 2 bands, looping all the way up this column, up to there. Now we're going to go down here and grab the 2 bands, looping them diagonally, right? So we're going to continue that. So now we're going through the next loop, set of loops. Wrap them there. Loop up these all the way up. Okay. Here, let's do one on the other side now, because we don't want to do too many on one side, because then it'll be confusing for the other side. So you want to kind of make it even. Make sure you go through each set. Do not miss a set of bands, or it'll be uneven. Now what we can do is we can lift up part of this as we go. Alright, to loosen up, because as we get higher and higher, the bands are going to get more stretched out, so to prevent that from happening, we can lift up the portions that we have already looped. But you don't want to go too far, so I'm going to stop here, because I want to go in here and loop this guy. And attach the next set of loops around that. Alright. Okay, here I can lift up some more. So I'm going to lift up some more. And I'm just continuing with the sewing. Okay, I can lift up some more. Okay, go through the next set, which is this one here. Loop up. Alright, so we looped up to here and here, and we should have the final loops on each one. So this one goes right around here. Loop up. And the other side. This one's a thick set. You have eight loops you need to go through here. So just take your time and follow that tying band. Make sure you get through all the loops. See, even it's tricky for me sometimes. I try not to do this too much with too many bands, but sometimes it just happens that way. Okay. So once you've gone through all the loops, wrap them all around this peg. It's a little tricky. Gonna have some strong fingers for that. And then you want to loop up the final set, and then taking two more random bands. I'm gonna use black this time. Just tie off the end here. Okay, so we have our little leg. I can take off the white bands because they are now secured. Okay, so we have a leg right here. Cute. Now, if you have fiber fill or something to stuff it with, just grab a tiny bit. And what you can do is you can kind of open up a hole in the leg and just stuff it. You don't have to. I didn't actually stuff the gray one's legs, but if you want to stuff it a little bit, it'll make it pop better. So that's totally up to you. Alright, so now what you want to do is you want to do that with the other foot and muscle that you have, but you want to make sure you do it symmetrically. So make it like this instead. If you don't know how to do it, just put a mirror in front of your screen and repeat that portion, and you'll see exactly what I mean by symmetry. Okay, so after that you should have two legs that are opposite. Alrighty, you should make sure you do it opposite, otherwise the muscle's going to be bulging on the wrong side and you don't want that happening. Alright, so now we're going to work on his arms. Not his, her. It's a mom. Only the females have the pouches, guys, so it is a girl. Alright, we are going to do a muscle on the little arms too, so take two of your body color at a time. We're going to do the muscle first. Okay, and then I'm going to wrap a band around this peg, creating 4 loops. Once you've done that, you're going to double loop bands for your horizontal bands. Okay, and now we're going to loop up, grabbing the top 2. Oops. I'm grabbing some bands to tie off the ends. Okay, pull off that muscle, and you're going to make a second one. You can do it exactly the same as this one, alright? Don't have to mirror that. Alright, so once you've made your 2 arm muscles, we're going to work on the actual arm, so taking 2 bands at a time. Went down 5 times. We're going to go down here. Two across like that. And now we're taking 2 here, 2 here, and you're going to take 2 more. Again, I'm using the skin tone here, but take 2 of the caramel again if you don't have the skin tone. Skin tone, and then I'm going to, oh, not black, double loop burgundy. And then I'm going to take double looped here, double looped here, and I'm going to cap this off by wrapping it around 5 times. 5, and I'm just going to loop up twice. Once, twice. You're going to push it down, and now I'm going to take 3 of the burgundy here, and then double loop single of the burgundy. So double loop single here, and here, and here. Another one here, and here, making her little fingers. Here, and here, and then we are going to cap off each of these. So wrapping it around, creating 5 loops. Oops. Three, 4, 5. And then don't forget this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to go down under these capping bands, or the capping band, loop up here. Let's move to this side. Here, here. Oh, yeah, okay, before we do anything else, before I forget, let's put our horizontal bands on. So double loop your body color for the horizontals. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 bands, cap off, creating 5 loops, loop up, that one set, take that off, and we are going to be wrapping those ends right around this peg here. Okay, very simple. That is going to be his elbow, her elbow. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's continue to loop up. Okay, here you want to grab the 3. Okay, I'm going to grab these and these. Here, dig down. Grabbing. Oh wait, no, we don't want to do that yet. Never mind. Undo. Sorry, this is where we're attaching the muscle. Okay, so grab the little muscle, go through the capping band, and we're going to wrap the capping band around this peg. Okay? Pull it so it's facing downward like that, and then we're going to go in and grab those 2 bands. So it's a very thick set here, but you can do it. You can do it. Okay, then go down and grab the other 2. Alright, so same thing we did with the thigh muscle. We're just going to pull this up, going through the 4 bands on the side, wrap it, go down, loop up. Let's do it on the other side. So go through the 4 side bands, wrap it, loop up. Okay, same thing with the next set. So through the next set of bands, wrap it, move up. Other side, wrap it, move up. Other side, we are wrapping, moving up. So you guys just gotta kind of look at the bands and make sure you're wrapping around the right ones. Loop up, and then let wrap. Okay, I'm going to use black to tie off the top. So once we pull this off, you're going to have to make a second one with the other muscle, but you're going to make it symmetrical, so the arm's going to be like that, like this. Okay? Yay, so now we can take off my white tying bands. So there is a little arm, so when you make the second one it's going to be opposite, so they will be facing opposite directions. Very cute, right? Yes, very adorable. Alright, so now we're going to work on the ears. Okay, I already have one made, so I'll make one with you. Then you got to make a second one. Alright, grab the burgundy. Okay, I'm going to wrap it around, creating 4 loops with it. Okay, and take a second burgundy. Same thing, wrap it around, creating 4 loops. You're going to take 2 burgundies onto your hook, pulling these 2 onto those 2, like that. Push the band down a little bit, let go of the end so it looks like this. You have the loops there. Now you're going to take a body color, for me that is the caramel, wrap it around, creating 4 loops. Then you're going to take a white, wrap around, creating 4 loops. Another white, wrap around, creating 4 loops. Grab 2 of the loops of the caramel, bring it on over onto the other side of the white. So it's going to look like that on one side and twisted in the back. Okay. Then you're going to replace the 2 loops of the burgundy back onto the hook. Once you've done that, you're going to take 4 of the body color, so 4 of the caramel, onto your hook. Oops, I have a little hook here, so it might not work, but you're going to bring all the loops onto those bands. So go in order so they don't get all twisted up. Okay, then we can replace loops there. Then we're going to take 3 of the body color, so 3 caramels. Bring the 4 through the 3, like that. And then we're just going to take a double looped single of the caramel. And bring that through. Put that on your hook. Okay, so that is 1 ear. We're going to make a second one. If you don't have a holding hook, put it on a toothpick. Alright, so make your 2 ears, just like that. And now that we've made our ears, we're going to work on the head. Okay. So just follow me. We're taking 3. Well, oh, first we have to change our loom. So we are going to change it to offset. Grr, come on. Figures I'm making a mess. I hate changing looms, but it's not going to look right if we don't change it. So it looks like an arrow. Don't worry about this last row, that's not important. We're just focusing on these 5. Okay, so we're taking 3 of the body color, 3 again, 3 again, 3 again, 3 again, lots of 3s, whoops. Okay, and now I'm going to take 2 at a time, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. Same thing on the other side. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. And now we're going to double loop. Double loop. Here, here, here. Same thing over here. So 1 here, here, here. So I'm going to take 2 bands like that, 2 bands like this. Alright, now I'm going to take my eye color, which is yellow. So grab an eye color, you're going to wrap it 4 times around your hook. That band is bad, it's all stretched out. I'm going to use a different one. 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to grab a black, same thing, wrap it, creating 4 loops on the hook. Okay, then take 2 of the loops over around on the other side of the black, like this. Then we're going to take 2 of the body color, pull that onto that. Same thing again. Okay. Take a band, wrapping it 4 times around that bottom peg there. Now we're going to do a horizontal band. So taking 2 bands, we are stretching it all all the way across all 5 pegs. Alright, we're going to do that again. So taking 2 more, stretching them all the way across here. And we're going to take 2, we're going to put those right, making a triangle like this right there. And now we're going to take our ears, put your ears on your hook. So right there like that. Take 2 bands, pull the ears onto the 2 bands, and put the 2 loops of the bands on this peg and this peg. So essentially it's just the horizontal bands with the ears on them. You're going to spread the ears apart so that they are in between the rows, these 2 rows, okay? Then we're going to take 2 of the 4 bands in the middle and make sure they're wrapped around that peg like that. So 2 of the bands are in front and 2 are behind. Alright, so once we've done that, we're just going to take 2 more of the caramel and we are making a triangle right here. Alright, we're good. Now we can loop. So go under your capping band, carefully grabbing the top 2 eye bands, looping them over, going down, grabbing the next 2, looping those, and now we can grab the bottom 3 and loop those all the way up. Okay, now we're going to go digging here and grabbing the 2 diagonals. Okay, now we can loop all the way up this row. And then looping up these. Okay, and now we're going to take our bands to tie off our ends. So we have 5 ends here we're going to tie off. Okay, so we pulled that off. Yes, it looks weird right now. It's supposed to look weird. Don't worry, it'll look good once it's done. Alright? Turn the eyes so the good part of the eyes are facing outward like that. Yay! Alright? Cute. Now we're going to work on the bottom part of the head. So we're taking, again, 2 bands at a time. This is actually the neck right here. Okay, right here, I'm going to double loop. Again, double looped here. And another one here. Okay, now I'm going to take... Gotta open another bag. Okay. Taking 2 at a time. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going down 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, just kidding. These are white bands here, not body color. Oh, that was a funny joke. Alright, we're taking 2 white bands here. Sorry, guys. I forgot this was the chin. This is the chin area. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Then we're going to take 2 of the body color here. Then we're taking 3 of the body color. And 3 more here. Okay, taking the body color, we're going to go out. These 2 we're going to overstretch. And same thing here, these 2 we're going to overstretch from, whoops, here to here. Alright, let's do that on the other side. Okay, overstretch. Overstretch. Alright, let's take white bands, 2 at a time. Up to there. Then we're going to take the body color. So 2 at a time of the body color. Here. Alright, let's do that on the other side. So white. And white. White. Body color. Body color. Take a burgundy. If you're doing a gray kangaroo, you should use a black for the nose. Wrap it around, creating 4 loops. Now we're going to do our horizontals, so taking 2 body colors at a time. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to dig under the nose, grabbing the top 2 bands, looping them, grabbing the next 2, looping them, grabbing the 3, the bottom, looping them. Okay, I'm going to loop up one more time in the middle, up to here, just one more time. Okay. I'm going to dig past the horizontal here, grabbing the top 2 under there. And I'm going to loop all the way up to here. Same thing on this side, dig past the horizontals, grabbing 2, looping up to here. Okay, and then I'm going to grab these and just loop these up once each. Okay, now we're going to take the top of our head, we're going to turn it upside down so the ears are facing down. You're going to go through the capping band. So make sure your hook goes through all 4 loops of the capping band. We are going to wrap that around this peg. Make sure your head is upside down. Once you've wrapped that, we can dig down and loop up. All the way up to here. Alright, now we can lift the head. Alright. And now we're going to go through. You have your eyes here. We're going to go through the 4 bands on the side here. So you have the double looped, the 3 double looped, and then you have the double. We're going through the double. Okay, so same thing we did when we were attaching the legs. We're going to open up a hole, attach it right onto there, and loop up the next set. Whoops. Same thing on the other side. through the bands and the sides, open up a hole, wrap the hole around the bands, loop up. Okay, now we have to go through the double looped set. Wrap that right around there. Loop up. Same thing on the other side, go through the double looped set. Loop up. Okay, these we're going through the final loops here, wrapping those around those. Now we're going to dig down and loop up these diagonals and these diagonals, just like that. And I'm going to actually lift up part of the lower head here so that the bands aren't overly stretched out. Or did I forget to loop a set? Looks like my nose might be coming undone, which I'll have to go back and fix after this video, but hopefully not. Sometimes it happens. Oh no, it's good. Whew, sometimes the bands are a little stretched out and it looks like you missed looping them, and then you go through and you panic like, oh no, but looks like it's okay. Alright, so we lifted up part of that, so now they're not as stretched out. We have our 3 loose ends at the top remaining. We're going to grab this one here and just loop it onto this peg. And go through the middle one, loop it onto the middle, and go through the one over here, loop it right onto here. And dig down here, grab the top 2, loop them over. Next 2, loop them over, loop up here and on the other side, and just loop up each of these. And now I'm just going to tie my ends off. Okay, we have to make a little bit of some adjustments here. Don't worry, this is the way the gray one looked when I pulled it off as well. First, you're going to pull off the bands around here that we don't need. Obviously, you're leaving these 2 on, but the rest we are pulling off. Okay, so we can kind of push the eyes. We can squeeze the head. So squeeze the head, okay, like this. And now we're going to narrow the nose, and how we're going to do that is we're going to turn the head upside down. We're going to go through the sets. Just go all the way across that row of bands. Take 2 body color bands, pulling them through all those bands, then do a slip knot, pull tight, and this narrows the nose. Okay, this eye is messed up. There we go. Alright, so I just narrowed my nose by pulling that tight, making a slip knot through those bands, and now I'm just going to dig underneath the chin, coming out where those loops are, and just pull the loops into the chin. Okay, just so they kind of disappear into there. And then you can kind of play with the head, push that part down, push the eyes, however you want to adjust the head. Right, so there is Mama Kangaroo's head, and her baby's so excited for her to be done. Yay! Alright, so go to the next part of this tutorial and we'll continue. We will work on her body. Alright, see you over there, everybody.